The Thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new LetsGoRacingParks.com. Take a ride into this kind of action.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
LetsGoRacingParks.com is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
And welcome into Let's Go Racing. Mike Bozich along with Dick Girardi. Mike Bozich filling in for the one and only Keith Jones. And I got to tell you, before we get started, it's a pleasure filling in for Keith, not only here on the show, but announcing a few times. Keith, one of my all-time favorite announcers, the ultimate professional.
Yeah, he's legendary around here, and he's in Alaska. Or maybe he's back by now, but I don't know. He's cruising around Alaska with his wife.
All right, we got some great races, some fantastic races to take a look at, but we'll be back in action here at Parks next Saturday, Smarty Jones Day, one of the big preps for the Pennsylvania Derby. And I'll tell you what, Dick, the Pennsylvania Derby is really got the ability to be a good one.
It's the second year of the Grade 1, Mike, for the PA Derby. Smarty Jones, as you said, is the local prep, same day as the Travers. So those look for the Smarty Jones and the Travers horses. They're going to come in here, and we may have a surprise. Bob Baffert texted me the other day. No Justify is not coming out of retirement to run in the PA Derby, but remember McKenzie, he was his hot 3-year-old early in the year, his Derby prospect. He got hurt off the Derby trail, back in training. Bob said if everything goes right, that's his comeback race right here in the PA Derby on the 22nd.
Yeah, and it's certainly an interesting group of 3-year-olds since Justify is dominated and, of course, due to injury, retired. But certainly good news if McKenzie could make it. But otherwise, a really good, competitive, I don't want to say outstanding crop, but certainly a competitive crop.
No, it's a good group. Good Magic will be the favorite in the Travers next Saturday, and it'd be great to see him here. To be determined how many of the Travers horses are coming. And of course, in the Cotillion, which is the same day as the PA Derby, also $1 million Grade 1, we're going to have Monomoy Girl, who's the absolute leader in the 3-year-old filly division. She's coming for sure. Brad Cox has already put it on her agenda. That'll be her last race before the Breeders' Cup this day.
All right, speaking of great races, let's get to some great races. A big, big Saturday in Chicago, my neck of the woods, my old neck of the woods, I should say. Arlington Park, of course, a lot of memories there. The tragic fire back in the mid-'80s, in the million that shouldn't have been was. It turned into Tent City back in the 80s, so a lot of magic there. And news flash, a big weekend all the way around, not just in Chicago, but all the way around for trainer Chad Brown.
Yeah, Chad Brown was everywhere, and he was at Arlington Park. He had one of the favorites in Robert Bruce. The actual favorite in this race, Mike, was Oscar Performance, but Brown won the race last year. There's a big turf race, especially fillies and mares, and there's one coming up. It's Chad's world. He's just dominating everything. But Robert Bruce is this close to being undefeated. Came up from Chile, and his American form has been as good as his form down there.
Without further ado, let's take it to Arlington Park, the Grade 1 Arlington Million, with my good friend on the call, John Dooley.
And they're off in the 2018 Arlington Million. There's Century Dream, who's going out to the lead, along with Cacho and DA. For the inside, Circus Couture, also front rank, along with Almanar and the Royal Blue and White Epaulets. And here's Oscar Performance, who strides up on the outside as they make their way past the stands, just being led by Century Dream at the inside for William Buick, with Oscar Performance close up. Money between horses, Money Multiplier right there with Cacho and Die as they enter the first turn, and down there at the rail as they enter the first turn is Circus Couture. Later is Century Dream from Money Multiplier, Circus Couture right there on the rail, and Oscar Performance posted wide as these leaders go to the back of the course. 23.66 for the lead part. And then next is Cacho NDA running in 5th. The inside, a settled 6th now is Almanar, followed by Robert Bruce. Blue sleeves there for Irad Ortiz Jr. The trailers are 24-7, and Deauville is last. Half mile in 28 seconds. Century Dream continues to dictate the million field as they go toward the half-mile pole. Money Multiplier continues right up there. Century Dream, the target for Money Multiplier, with Oscar Performance 3rd and in range as they go to the far side of the course to the inside of ground-saving Circus Couture. Here comes Cacho and DA. It's now being asked to pick up. Almanar is improving on the outside, 6 from the lead. Then comes Deauville, who's being ridden to assert. Robert Bruce and 24-7 remains last. 3 quarters in 1 minute 12.96 seconds. They come to the quarter pole. It's Century Dream who's just the leader. Right there is Money Multiplier, and Oscar Performance sweeps on the outside. Circus Couture up the rail. Toward the inside is Deauville. Here's Almanar, who's striding on the outside and gearing up for a run. Robert Bruce in 24-7. It's Century Dream. Here comes Cacho and DA between horses. On the outside is Almanar, and here's Robert Bruce, who's charged up to the lead. It's Robert Bruce. Robert Bruce has won the million.
All right, Robert Bruce storming down the grandstand side to take the Arlington Million. One of the big storylines of that race, though, is one of the race favorites, Oscar Performance, who kind of pulled up there about mid-stretch. But luckily for Oscar Performance, talking to the trainer, everything seems to be okay.
Yeah, no issues. Just Jose Ortiz just wasn't comfortable, and when you're not comfortable, the best thing to do is just pull the horse up. But boy, Robert Bruce was so impressive. He was really unlucky in the Manhattan. He finished 6th, beating a length, was maybe the best horse in the race. Other than that, he's never lost. Slow fractions up front. Chad Brown exacta. He finishes 1-2 again, Mike.
Yeah, fantastic weekend all the way around for Chad Brown and jockey Irad Ortiz. Not a bad weekend as well. Speaking of trainers that have gone on to bigger and better things and have done fantastic, how about Ned Allard?
Yeah, Ned Allard's a local trainer. He's been here for 20 years now, Mike. And he, of course, we're not racing here live at the moment, so you got to find a place to run your horses. He sent his really good sprinter a week ago Friday up to Saratoga, won the Tail of the Cat with Always Sunshine. Horses now won $500,000 for Ned. And what was cool about this, Bruce will remember this, at first year at Garden State Park, we had a great 3-year-old filly there show up on a Friday night named Mom's Command. Well, she got beat that night. That was one of the only times she got beat. She won the Philly Triple Crown that year in New York. Her last win of her career was in the 1985 Alabama, which was 33 years to the day when Ned Allard goes back to Saratoga and wins the Tail of the Cat with Always Sunshine. And I've written a story about it on the Parks website, letsgoracingparks.com, about Ned, about the horse. He's hot. He's got a couple good horses in the barn. He's a good guy, 72 years old, has been training for almost 50 years.
All right, make sure you check that out on the website. We've got more exciting racing coming up from Arlington, more Grade 1s, lots left to come on this edition of Let's Go Racing. Back in a moment.
On the outside, 4-Star Crook and Daddy's Little Darling finishing well toward the inside, but in behind horses.
Parks Racing is the perfect place for family fun. Hear the thunderous sounds of the thoroughbreds racing down the stretch from our picnic grove. Or you can get up close and personal trackside for excitement you will never forget. Parks Racing is a great place to meet up with your friends. It's all about action and hopefully picking a few winners. Many of the same horses on the Triple Crown Trail will be heading to Parks Racing in the fall for the $1 million Pennsylvania Derby right here at Parks Racing. It's fun to see them run.
What a night. Whether you're looking for some rock or some roll, whether this table calls your name or this one, if you're into big hits or big fights, Parks is Pennsylvania's #1 casino with brand new tables and slots, 2 new restaurants, and Excite Center featuring the hottest acts. The best is better than ever. Parks Casino, what a night.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
I am a Block Scholar.
Each year, thousands of students are unable to attend a Catholic school in Philadelphia because of financial need.
I am a Block Scholar.
Since 1980, Blocks has supplied need-based scholarships to thousands of Philadelphia Catholic school students.
I am a Block Scholar.
Did you know that you can redirect your Pennsylvania state taxes to Blocks?
I am a Block Scholar.
Businesses and accredited individual investors can earn significant credits by donating the money they are already paying in state taxes.
I am a Block Scholar.
For more information, visit blocks.org.
All right, we're back on Let's Go Racing. Mike Bozich again pinch hitting for Keith Jones along with Dick Girardi. And Dick, it's time to take a look at some more Grade 1 action from Arlington Park in Chicago. It is the 29th running of the Beverly D, going 1 mile and 3/16 and going for a good purse of $600,000, of course, on the turf. And once again, newsflash, Chad Brown's world, we're just living in it.
Yeah, he's trying to go for 4 in a row in the Beverly D. He's got the favorite in here, Sister Charlie. He's got several other live horses. He has 4 of the horses in the Beverly D, and a couple of them can clearly win. Another one's going to be the pace setter, Thace, the 5. Again, it's just Chad, and you can't beat him. It's just a question of which horse is going to win.
Yeah, Chad Brown, as you mentioned, 4 straight Beverly Ds and his 5th overall. And without further ado, let's send it to Arlington Park to our man John Dooley.
And they're off in the Beverly D. 4-star Crook. Thace is going out toward the lead, toward the inside. The Irish Bravili, Nialetti, Oso Terrible between horses. And here's Inflexibility with an early move as they head toward the first turn, where for Florent Giroux, Thace is a long odds leader. So it's Thace out in front. To dictate the Grade 1 from Inflexibility, and Nialetti is third as Thace leads them out to the stretch. And then 4-star Crook is partnered toward the inside by the Modesty winner, Daddy's Little Darling, who's saving ground as these leaders go to the back of the course. Oso Terrible up the inside trail from on the outside is Sister Charlie, who's next, followed by Athena in the purple cap, who's posted 3 wide for Ryan Moore, and Dona Bruja has drifted back to last. 24.53 for the lead part. So it's Thace who's out in front, leads here by a length and a half to Inflexibility, running in second by 3. On the outside, there's Athena, who's now quicking up into that third spot at the 4.5. Nialetti is fourth with the rail. Then on the outside is Sister Charlie, and Johnny Velasquez plotting his move with the favorite for the Beverly D. There's a half mile to go. So it's Thace who continues to lead. Thace out in front, tracked by Inflexibility. To the inside, Nialetti is right there with Athena fourth. Toward the rail, Daddy's Little Darling in fifth. Sister Charlie is sixth, and 6 minutes leader with 3 furlongs to go. Then it's a break of 3. To the inside is 4-star Crook with Oso Terrible, and Donna Bruja remains last. The half mile was 50.53. 3/4, 115.29. They have less than a quarter of a mile to go, and it's Thace who leads at the turn-in. Right there, Sister Charlie now switched out with Nialetti. Inflexibility with Athena between horses. On the outside, 4-star Crook and Daddy's Little Darling finishing well toward the inside, but in behind horses. And here's Sister Charlie's run to the lead. 4-star Crook on the outside. Chad Brown 1-2. It's Sister Charlie and Johnny Velasquez.
And there it was, Chad Brown trifecta. My Sister Charlie getting the job done, picking up the 3rd Grade 1 win of her career.
Yeah, she's terrific. I mean, she just makes this incredible run under Johnny V. And Chad runs 1, 2, 3, and it's the 3rd time in about a year he's won 1, 2, 3 in a Grade 1, and just missed running 1, 2, 3, 4. Kenny McPeak's filly Daddy's Little Darling comes up the rail to get 4th. Otherwise, Chad would have had the superfecta, but it is amazing. And this is a really neat horse, Sister Charlie. I think she's a major threat to win the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf, even when the Euros show up at Churchill Downs in November.
She very well could be a fantastic closer, once again, out of the Chad Brown barn. All right, another Grade 1 race at Arlington Park on that Super Saturday card was the Grade 1 Secretariat, and Analyze It, the heavy 4-5 favorite coming in, once again for trainer Chad Brown and jockey Jose Ortiz.
Yeah, it's only Catholic Boy who kept this horse from being undefeated, lost to Catholic Boy twice by a head and by a neck in the Belmont Derby and the Pennine Ridge, but another good horse. And that man, Chad Brown, is trying to sweep the Grade 1s on the Arlington card.
All right, will it be him? Will it be somebody else? It's John Dooley's call of the Secretariat from Arlington.
Real Story, who quickly comes to the fore for Jose Virginia Jr. To lead them early is Real Story. With In Pursuit to Analyze It. Toward the inside is Bandua, and Hunting Horn is front rank for Ryan Moore, with Carrick fifth toward the inside. Sniper Kitten closer toward the rail in 6th position, with Doobie Doobie in 7th. Captivating Moon is 8th. Then comes Pont de Garde, followed by Untamed Domain on the outside. The trailers are Pont de Garde, along with Lucius Tiberius, Ming, and the Irish Raider, Platinum Warrior, is last. As Real Story leads these 3-year-olds out to the stretch. The quarter was 22.80 seconds. The American Derby winner out in front here. It's Real Story who dictates the Grade 1. Hunting Horn is right there in that 2nd spot as they go to the back of the Arlington course with Analyze It in 3rd position and close up. Bandua is a ground saving 4th at the 5.5. And then comes Carrick, who's out deep in the course in 5th. It's a break of 4 more than 2 on the outside. Untamed Domain, who's near midfield with a ground-saving sniper kit in the red cap. Then comes Captivating Moon, who's making progress up the inside from wide. Doobie Doobie. Now in the shadow of the half-mile pole. That comes Lucius Tiberius among those back horses there with 4 furlongs to go. The trailers are Ming, Pone de Garde, and Platinum Warrior is 13th and last. Half mile in 47.27, 3/4 in 111.62. They traverse the far side of the Arlington course. Inside 3 furlongs to go. Real Story looking to make every yard. Here's Analyze It, who's coming now as they come toward the quarter pole. Analyze It right there with Real Story and Hunting Horn. Carrick's at the point of attack. Bandua, Sniper Kitten cuts the corner. And on the outside, Untamed Domain. Then Captivating Moon, Ming and Lucius Tiberius with Pone de Garde. Doobie Doobie is next. They're in the final furlong, and it's Carrick and Analyze It. And these two come down to the final 16th ahead apart. It's Carrick on the outside. Carrick and John Velasquez, and Analyze It grudgingly. It's Carrick.
And 38 to 1 shot. Carrick was able to get the job done for Jerry Crawford's Donegal Racing. Big bombs, and Chad Brown does not win it, but John Velasquez, the jockey, picks up his second Grade 1 win of the card.
He does, and trainer Tom Morley wins it. And down here, we know Tom's wife very well. Maggie Wolfendale, of course, does such a great job on the LGR Show. She couldn't be with us last year on the Pennsylvania Derby Show, which is on NBC Sports Philadelphia this year, 4:30 to 6 on the September 22nd. But she will be back this year, along with Kate and Bright. Lafitte Pinkai will be back to host. I will be the analyst. Bruce Casella will put it all together. 90-minute show, cotillion, PA Derby, September 22nd, NBC Sports Philadelphia. Be there.
Boy, that's a dream team. Certainly want to check that out. Speaking of wanting to check a horse out or something out, how about the Best Bell Grade 2 at Del Mar? And the talk of the Thoroughbred Nation, I believe, centers around Instagram.
No question. One of the great debuts I have seen for a 2-year-old. He won at Los Alamitos on the 29th of June by 10 lengths. Got an 88 buyer. This is a $1.2 million 2-year-old purchase at the Gulfstream sale back in March. And 1 to 10 in here. All the show money is on. Jerry Hollendorfer trains. This was some maiden winner. And the California 2-year-olds, fillies and colts, have been unreal this summer, and this is the best of the bunch.
Jockey Drayden Van Dyke says he rides like a Cadillac. Let's see what kind of performance he put forth in the Best Pal at Del Mar.
And away they go. Instagram flew out of the inside gate. Instagram goes straight to the lead. On the far side, Sparkyville, the grey owning is right there, a close-up third. 3 lengths back to Synthesis, quite content to drop back early. Mason Dixon last, 8 off them. Past the half mile they go, and Instagram tearing away on the lead. Owning is going with her in the second spot. 2 lengths back to Sparkyville in third. A gap of 4 back to Synthesis and Mason Dixon. Into the turn they go, and Instagram continues to lead by a neck. Owning keeps the pressure on him from second. Gap now of 5 back to Synthesis. Mason Dixon on the far side, and then Sparkyville. They are coming to the top of the lane now, and Instagram still the leader. Instagram goes on for home, leads at 3 parts of a length. Owning is in second. Synthesis down at the rail, and Sparkyville. They're at the top of the lane, and Instagram now's given his head, and he's striding away very, very impressively. And look at this guy go. Instagram 9-10 lengths coming home to a scintillating performance in the Best Bell. Could not have been more impressive. Drayden Van Dyke just let him run along on his own.
All right, and there he is, Instagram, another big 10-length plus winner in the Best Pal. And what the scary thing about this horse is jockey Drayden Van Dyke says that this horse has the mindset of a 4 or a 5-year-old. That's scary.
Yeah, so cool, so powerful, just runs away from the field. A 92 buyer, which is big time in August for a 2-year-old. The bridge jumpers were out, 424,000 out of 478. Went on Instagram, never a doubt. No need to jump anywhere. Just go get your 210 and cash in. But can't wait to see this horse run again. And obviously we'll see him at Churchill everything goes right in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, which is now going to be on Friday.
Yep.
All the 2-year-old races have moved to Friday. Future Stars Friday, and then we go the Distaff and all the rest of the big races, the Classic, are on Saturday.
Very interesting. Trainer Jerry Hollendorfer says that this horse's next stop will be the Del Mar Futurity. So very interesting stuff there. Of course, that a Grade 1 event. Lots more left to come on this edition of Let's Go Racing. We'll have more after this timeout. Stay tuned.
And at the top of the stretch, Sue's Fortune has taken charge. Sue's Fortune off the turn in front here.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them.
And they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. Pewter Stable is working hard, looking for the very best runners at all the top sales, and we do claiming partnerships as well. No markup, no management fees, makes our partnerships unique and affordable. Training services also provided for individual owners. Give us a call and see what Pewter Stable is all about. The thrill and fun of thoroughbred racehorse ownership is easier than you think. We are Pewter Stable.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Mike Bozich pinch hitting for Keith Jones along with Dick Girardi. And Dick, we had some great action at Saratoga. We'll start off with the 4-star Dave, a Grade 1 event, which was interesting in the sense that 3-5 favorite Weekend Hideaway was scratched. Actually 3-5 morning line favorite Weekend Hideaway, leaving it down to a field of 6.
Yeah, and the New York bred Voodoo Song is going to be in front from the start of this race. And boy, it looks like in the stretch that he's going to get caught, but he just digs in, refuses to let anybody go by him, gets 104 Buyers, now 8 for 12 lifetime on turf, but more importantly, 5 for 5 at Saratoga for trainer Linda Rice. And for the people that don't remember 4-star Dave, Mike, this horse won a race at Saratoga for 8 consecutive years, 1987 to 1994. That's why he gets a Grade 1 named after him at the Spa.
Another great race that occurred at Saratoga was the Grade 2 Adirondack. That was race 3 on the card, 6.5 furlongs, going for a purse of $200,000. Todd Pletcher had 2 of the 6 in here, but yet did not come away with the victory.
Now he didn't. Lyrical Lady was the 7-5 favorite. She's up near the pace, but she gets swallowed up because they go fast. 21.72, 45.53. She backs out of the duel. Here comes Sue's Fortune, the 6. She's going to get up and win by a half a length at 7-2. Virginia Eloise for Pletcher is flying on the outside. Well, flying might not be the right word. They weren't going all that fast. I think the horse in front was slowing down, but Sue's Fortune holds on to win it.
Rich Nicolai's homebred $150,000 purchase was Sue's Fortune, and Jockey Junior Alvarado actually wasn't too crazy in his post-race interview about the break, so perhaps a little bit better looking ahead for her for Sue's Fortune, considering that she raced okay, considering she wasn't in her racing style, so to speak. We move along to Sunday, Dick, the Grade 2 Saratoga Special for a purse of $200,000 and a Pennsylvania bred proving prominent here.
Yeah, indeed. Call Paul, the 2-horse for my man Jason Service. First start at Delaware, ran really well. This is even better. Horse is out there on the lead the whole way, gets challenged in the stretch, ends up winning by a length, gets an 82 Buyer figure at 4-5. Always love to see those PA breds at the Spa. Interestingly, there was another 2-year-old who ran earlier on the card. Remember this name? Feedback, trained by, wait for it, Chad Brown actually ran faster than Cole Paul did in a maiden race. So he is everywhere.
Yes,
that man.
Certainly want to keep an eye on him. Cole Paul possibly ahead for him with trainer Jason Service.
Maybe the hopeful or
Grade 1 Champagne. All right, Dick, now it's time for IOD Racing. Some of the great action coming up this weekend that you can come here to Parks and Bet.
Yeah, you can come here to Parks and Bet. No live racing until next Saturday, but you can bet the Alabama, the Grade 1 for the 3-year-old fillies from Saratoga, and the Grade 1 Pacific Classic from Del Mar. The Alabama will not have Wonder Godot, who was waiting for the Travers to run against the boys next week. Obviously, we talked about will not have Monomoy Girl, who's waiting for the Cotillion here on September 22nd, but still a lot of really good 3-year-old fillies and a great race with a great tradition. In the Pacific Classic, the favorite will be Accelerate. It's for the older horses out in California. We don't know where West Coast is. He hasn't been back since the Dubai race course. He was last year's PA Derby winner, and I thought was going to be the horse of the year this year. That's already been decided. Justify's got that. But 2 terrific races, live racing re-shows up here next week. But yeah, bet him up, man. Bet him up hard.
No question about it. When's the last time a filly's been in the Travers?
Yeah, we think it was Devona Dale way back. So yeah, unusual move by Mark Casse, but hey, why not? Take a run at it. No Justify. I think if Justify was around, there would be no Wonder Godot, but he's not, so she said.
All right, News and Notes is coming up next on Let's Go Racing.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner, low-mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
What a night. Whether you're looking for some rock or some roll, whether this table calls your name or this one, if you're into big hits or big bites, Parks is Pennsylvania's #1 casino with brand new tables and slots, 2 new restaurants, and Excite Center featuring the hottest acts. The best is better than ever. Parks Casino, what a night.
Parks Racing is the perfect place for family fun. Hear the thunderous sounds of the thoroughbreds racing down the stretch from our picnic road. Or you can get up close and personal trackside for excitement you will never forget. Parks Racing is a great place to meet up with your friends. It's all about action and hopefully picking a few winners. Many of the same horses on the Triple Crown Trail will be heading to Parks Racing in the fall for the $1 million Pennsylvania Derby, right here at Parks Racing. It's fun to see them run.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
And they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing,
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
but it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs,
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
all across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
We're back on Let's Go Racing. Mike Bozich pinch hitting for Keith Jones along with Dick Girardi. It's time for News and Notes. And Dick, you've got some interesting tidbits for us.
Yeah, we do. It was interesting. Last week, Keith Jones and I were trying to figure out who were all the horses in the history of this racetrack who stabled here won $1 million. Smarty Jones, obviously. Imperial Hint, the great sprinter, is back there right now. And we said, we're thinking there's got to be some more. Well, there are at least 2 more that we came up with. Actually, John Service helped me out. I sent him a text and said, John, he says, yeah, how about Jostle? Great 3-year-old filly who won the Alabama for John Service, and only 2 years ago, Catherine Sophia won the Kentucky Oaks. Both trained by John Service, both stabled here at Parks. So 3 of the 4 Parks stabled millionaires trained by that man. Parks Hall of Famer John Service.
Good stuff. Well, come on out to Parks. Live racing is coming up next Saturday. Also, simulcast wagering pretty much from noon to midnight. All the top harness and thoroughbred tracks in the country you can bet right here at Parks. Pinch hitting for Keith Jones. I'm Mike Bozich, along with Dick Girardi. Have a wonderful week, everybody.